Hello, Gems. Welcome to the VTuber Voices podcast. I am your host, Syafire, and today we'll be continuing our interview with Girl DM. This podcast is a podcast where we talk about what it's like to be a VTuber, to be virtual, own your own business, and grow as a content creator, as well as touching on creativity and art topics. In this episode, we're going to be learning more about how you can become a VTuber, how to find someone to commission for your model, as well as why myself and Girl DM both chose to be family-friendly streamers. Is that a choice that you should make? You'll hear about our experiences to see if that's something that you think you should make for your stream. Let's go join Girl DM. Star asks, do you have any advice for people who'd like to become VTubers? And is there anything you wish you knew beforehand when you first started VTubing? Sorry about the loaded question. You're good, Star.
So I think there are a lot of resources for starting VTubing. I really recommend going onto YouTube and just type in how to become a VTuber and watch about 10 to 15 hours of videos. That's what I did before I got started on anything. But the other thing is, make sure you have full permission to use your avatar.
Yes.
Don't take anything from licensed work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have any licensed logos or anything on your character. If you like Pokemon, that is completely great. Make sure there's nothing directly Pokemon lifted from Pokemon on your model, because you can get in trouble. And you can essentially lose being able to use that avatar. So that is the main thing, is make sure, and when you talk to your artists as well, make sure that they know you're using this for commercial purposes. If you make any money using the avatar, it is for commercial purposes.
Yeah, for sure.
Same with artwork and merch as well. You have to make sure you get commercial use.
So I'm not sure if you know this, but what is the difference then between using a Vroid model and then using something else like MMD?
Well, MMD is mainly for Miki Miki Dance.
Yeah.
I know that there are permissions for those models. I know that TDA, I think, is one of the models that the permissions on it say do not use these models or edit them for commercial use.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of people have. You can look up stuff. There's a lot of information out there online about it. Vroid itself, as long as you're not using the base default avatars that come with the free software, then you are fine to use it for commercial work.
Yeah. And what do you think is...
Vroid's amazing. Vroid is you get the base and everything, and you can learn to make your own model and use that model for commercial use. And my first model was a Vroid model that I had commissioned an artist to make for me in Vroid.
Yeah. And the other thing you can do too is I had learned this recently. It's super cool. You can make hair, if you want to make hair in Vroid, you can export the hair as an individual thing too. So people that like that hair system over sculpting or something in Blender, it's a really good option for as well.
Yep. Yeah, there's marketplaces and such. I don't know too much on it because I have only really commissioned my avatars and such. So as far as creation goes, I don't actually know what all goes into it, but I would recommend YouTube is an amazing resource. You can learn so much stuff on YouTube.
Absolutely. And how did you find your artist for your model?
For my 1.0, there was an artist that I followed on Twitter that I really liked her artwork, and she decided to become a VTuber. And I had contacted the same artist that made her model because I thought it was really cute. And then for this model, I actually spent about 3 months looking online at people that did 3D custom models that were not Vroid. So using Blender or using other 3D software. I looked into them, and then I found my 2.0 model, which this is 2.0. Hello. Is the creator for this one is The Art Gun. And I found her stuff through another VTuber who is technically my big brother and the first child of The Art Gun, Bluebird Hay. And Bluebird Hay, he had the full face tracking added by The Art Gun. And I looked at that and I was like, I kind of want that.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. That's the most advanced thing I've seen so far. So I contacted The Art Gun about it and got on her wait list. And it overall took about, I want to say 5 months from finding and contacting her until I got we had everything put together, and I got the model and started streaming with 2.0.
Yeah. And I think a lot of patience is needed too when you become a VTuber, because between like finding models, finding people who will do art for you, or learning yourself, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. You need time and patience. Like my model itself, this 2.0, after I had to prepare a reference sheet. I had to prepare all the things that I was wanting the model to be able to do,
Yeah.
requesting specifically for toggles, like having my jacket to be able to be turned off and on again,
Yeah.
making sure that there was a base version of my model so that if I have upcoming outfit changes, that it would be something that the art gun could have a base model to work from.
Yeah.
And making changes and tweaks to things. Having a reference sheet's really important as well, which is an additional expense that goes on to putting together your model.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does take quite a bit of time and patience.
Yeah. Did you find a separate artist to do the reference sheet?
Yes, yeah. X-Ray Dreads on Twitter was the person I commissioned for a detailed reference sheet. It's got a front, side, and back view.
Yeah.
And detail work on some specific aspects of the avatar.
Yeah.
So
super cool. And did you come up with all the ideas for your expression, or did you kind of work with the modeler to figure out what you wanted?
I worked with the modeler. There were some like specific things. Like I requested to be able to turn the highlights off in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because that was something I had figured out how to do on my 1.0 Vroid model.
Yeah.
I had a freaked out expression that I was like, I really liked a lot, and I wanted to have kind of a throwback recreation to that. And also the jam on the face was a specific request that I had as well.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh my goodness. You have to get were people saying that did you drink mustard on stream for a reward?
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise? A cup of mayonnaise, yes. With a bubble tea straw.
Oh, with a bubble tea straw. Oh my god.
It's a command in my chat too. If you type !mayo in my chat, the Streamlabs bot will return the clip for you. And I had made a promise. I make promises and then I decide, you know what, I'm going to keep the promise regardless. And so I started VTubing May 7th, 2020. And I started off and I was just like, you know what, I really like this technology and I like my OC.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fun to VTube with it. And so I started off and I had no intentions of making VTubing like a big thing for me. But then it started to like take off a bit, and then I had made a promise in my chat. They were like, what are you going to do for sub goals? And I was like, well, I don't really want to like set up sub goals. I feel kind of bad like being like, oh, do this and then I'll do this for you kind of thing. But they were requesting. I was like, okay, you know what, fine, we'll have a sub goal, 1,000 subs. Okay, 1,000 subscribers. And then what should I do for you guys? And they're like, drink a cup of mayonnaise. I'm like, tell you what, I'll drink a half a cup of mayonnaise, because a cup of mayonnaise is like a ton of calories and probably really bad for my arteries. And then a short amount of time afterwards, I actually wound up hitting 1,000 subscribers through my chat's bullying of me. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fine, we're gonna drink the mayonnaise. That's what we're gonna do. And so,
wait, how did you drink it without it like was it sliding slowly? How did you like liquefy it, mix it with water more?
No, I didn't liquefy it or anything. I just had a bubble tea straw. And bubble tea straws, like, because they're wider, they're able to you can, like, drink pudding with a bubble tea straw. And so it was kind of about the consistency of pudding. And I drank a half a cup of mayonnaise on stream.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that just gave me like a brilliant drink idea. You could have like a sandwich themed boba tea and have like mayo boba.
Oh no. Oh no. Still top clip and one. Yeah, I do have my girl DM sip emote actually says mayo on the cup that she's sipping out of. You can't see it really unless you zoom in, but I do have a mayo sip emote.
Oh my gosh. That's absolutely wonderful.
You gotta commit to the bit, okay? Like if I say I'm gonna do the thing, and then I will do the thing. It might take me a bit of time to do the thing, but I will do the thing.
Absolutely. I'm glad too. Not a lot of people you would stick to that. It's drinking a cup of mayo. Rosa says
I promised.
Yeah, no, and you kept your promise. It's beautiful. Oh, there it is. Right, is that the famous emo?
Yep, that it is. If you hover over it, you can see that it does say mayo.
Oh my gosh. Yo, yes, you have to start a DM like a McDonald's branch, but instead it's girl DM and it's like literally just all mayo product.
Well, so the DM in my name stands for direct message, but
Yeah.
it's a running joke in my chat that it stands for drinks mayo.
Drinks.
Girl drinks mayo, because I was like, you know what, you're not wrong. You're not right also, but you're not wrong.
Your catchphrase can be a cup of mayo a day keeps the doctor away.
I think a cup of mayo a day is gonna summon like the doctor to your doorstep.
Oh my gosh, the doctor just shows up and they're like, I heard you've been drinking mayo.
Like, excuse me, you've gone through 6 Costco-sized Hellman's mayos in the month. You need help.
They have the receipts. They just pull it all out of their bag. Explain this.
Yeah, just like, I can't explain it. It's just mayonnaise.
Oh my gosh, that's so Rosa says that what condiment is next for the sub goal?
People have asked me, and they'd be like, and you can drink mustard, but mustard actually has a ton of vinegar in it, which can burn pretty badly. I don't have a specific condiment set up, although I might bring the mayo back again if I do another charity stream.
Oh my gosh.
Depending on what the charity stream is, I have to like mentally prepare myself to be like, you might be drinking mayonnaise if you do this.
Right. How did it feel after you drink the mayo? How did you feel?
Not terrible. People are like, did you throw up? No, I was completely fine. I kept the mayonnaise down.
Oh, thank goodness.
Really had to exercise after that because like I double checked, and that was the half a cup of mayonnaise was more than like a McDonald's meal of calories.
Oh my gosh. Yo, see, easy. You could beat McDonald's. Start your chain restaurant. Here we go.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Cool. So my next question I have for you is, why did you choose to be a VTuber over doing face cam or other routes you could potentially take?
I just really liked the concept of VTubing.
Yeah.
So like that was why I went with VTubing. There wasn't really, I have face cam streamed before. Like I actually streamed on Twitch for like almost 3 years with Facecam.
Yeah.
On a separate account, which I have since nuked. So, but yeah, I just like the technology.
Yeah. No, and honestly, that's a good reason too, because some people feel like they have to have like a super like, I don't know, quote unquote good reason or like an explanation to explain themselves. But honestly, just the art in the technology, like you said, alone is enough to just really enjoy it and make it such a unique experience that nobody, I think, has ever really gotten to experience before us. I mean, some VR chat streamers and such, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And my next question is, why did you choose to be a family-friendly streamer?
So this is a story I've told in my chat before. When I was a little girl DM, I had a friend who would give me anime episodes because I did not have cable TV.
Yeah.
I didn't have satellite TV or cable TV or whatever. I could not get my dosage of anime. So I had a friend that would hook me up, and one of the days I was watching Cowboy Bebop in the living room, and Mom DM came in, and it happens to be a very bloody scene.
Oh no!
Cowboy Bebop, like it's a mature series, and she looked at it and she was just like, "You don't need to watch this anymore."
No!
Cowboy Bebop though. So when I was coming up with my concept for VTubing and deciding what I wanted to do with my channel, I realized that a lot of my friends have more mature-oriented streams, and I set mine up for being a family-friendly VTuber because, as I refer to it as being like the panic button for people who someone walks in and they've got a more mature stream on, they can pop open Girl DM, and I'm not going to be. They might be like, you're watching a cat girl, but it's not going to be anything like mature.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is for being a reference for people if they're wanting to show someone what VTubers are and want to kind of like showing somebody a slice of life anime before you start getting into like Kill a Kill or something.
Yeah.
So that was what I was going for, being like all ages accessible VTuber, well, 13 and plus because that is Twitch's TOS. But also being a streamer that would be safe to have open and share with other people.
Yeah, I think that's nice too. You really give off a great vibe too to be family friendly. And again, I think it's nice because it's a good place for people to have. Like you said, a lot of your friends are mature streamers, so they have you as the little safety net to be like, yo, DM.
Just be hi, safe here. I don't curse on my channel. I say heck.
Yeah.
We don't go into like mature jokes or anything. Like, yeah, it's a comfy zone, comfy safe zone. You can watch Girl DM at work and not get in trouble too badly for watching Twitch streams at work.
Exactly. No, exactly. And part of the reasoning why I had chosen family friendly as well, people ask me all the time still too. And you're actually one of the few VTubers that I've met too that's family friendly. And I was really excited about that because I was very curious on your perspective. And part of the reason why I chose it was because, and I'm sure you've had things with this as well, especially since you streamed long before you were a VTuber. Same for me, I did as well. And I think it goes back to setting up safer boundaries for yourself, not getting into like that sussy baka like zone where people are saying lewd things or weird things to you if you're a female streamer. I think it's helped me a lot with setting those boundaries.
I think when I was doing like that was I did competitive Overwatch for a while, so those types of comments actually don't bother me too much. Like I tend to troll back if I get those. Like I had a person that came in to stream on the weekend who was like, "Are you hot?" And I was like, "Does this look like a dating show?" Like I'm playing a platformer game. I am the Dark Avenger Paladin right now. I am trying to fight the hero. I am not here for that. That's not what I'm here for. But it does set. Like, I like having a safe zone, essentially, for people to be in. It's not so much like on my own comfort levels because I don't really mind too much, but I want it to be an environment that people feel safe in the community and safe participating.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's really cool too that you would put everything like that in front of you, even though you could take another direction with stream. I really respect that. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the VTuber Voices podcast. I've been your host, Syafire, and thank you to Girl DM for talking to us about how you got your model made. It was very cool to hear your process. I know everybody's is different, as well as why you chose to be a family-friendly streamer. We'll be continuing this podcast, the next episode, with Girl DM as well. I'll see you guys next time. Remember to shine brightly. Bye!